right, man. I've been promising story time. This part two. I did a part one about the dude that went dating and didn't have enough money, and dude had to wire him some money. So I did story time. I'll try to remember put it at the end screen or in the cards if the story long enough. But the time I got in trouble at Alabama State, I ended up with me getting like suspended, and I'll tell y'all what happened, right? And I kind of tell y'all a little bit my disdain for HBCUs, okay? So I had these story times. I mean, I kind of give you a preview how my clique in high school, everybody got kicked out of high school but me. Man, it's a number of them, bro. Like some wild stuff, man. But yeah, man. Basically, man. I'll tell you about the time I got pressed in Montgomery too. That'll probably be the next one. This happened in Montgomery. I went to Alabama State, right? So, little backstory or whatever. My counselor, which she was a good looking woman, but she wasn't ish. How about that? She wanted me to go to somewhere else, right? Everywhere I applied to, I got in for the most part, man. It was either it came down to Alabama State, Southern, Grambling, Chicago State. And my last choice was Michigan State, and I'll tell you the reason why I didn't want to go to Michigan State, because it was cold. And then it was UOD and Eastern. Those was the schools that I had like really like leveled it down to, whatever, right? And I was actually going out to California Northridge, but somebody talked me out of going out of there, and that's why you don't listen to people. But somebody talked me out of going out to Cali to Northridge, whatever. It was a person from out there. They said I shouldn't go there, or whatever. So, which I shouldn't have listened, but it is what it is. You young, but I was young, but and funny thing about it is, she sent my stuff, my transcript and stuff, only to one school where she wanted me to go, right? Which I obviously probably should have listened to her, but I was considering going to Chicago because it wasn't, I didn't want to stay at home and it was cold, snowy. But I didn't want to stay at home and be cold and snow. So I went down there or whatever. So in this situation, man, we had a party. I don't remember what party it was, but it was at this joint. If you live in Montgomery, I don't know what they call it now. This is like 08, 09. It was called the Alcatraz. That's what the place was called, right? So I ended up going to the Alcatraz with a friend. This chick name was Bethany, and ain't nothing incriminating. So, whatever, we went. And I'm going to tell you a funny thing about that at the end of the story. So we went or whatever. So we kind of like, they had a shuttle or whatever. So we went on the shuttle. And I don't know why I ain't riding with my homeboy that day, but usually his car probably was full. So we took the shuttle, whatever. So I went with old girl. We cool, whatever. We friends. She a nice looking woman, right? And I do a story time on her too again. Hilarious. Like I said, hoes be cool. Cool as hell. So she was from like I want to say Columbus. She was from somewhere in Ohio, whatever, right? So we went, and we took the shuttle, whatever, to the Alcatraz. And for it to have a shuttle, it must have been crossover week, or it must have been like stepping week, or so. It must have been a big week, right? So we go to the Alcatraz, we go our separate ways, we just cool. So I end up dancing with this chick. Her name was Brittany. She was from Birmingham. We dancing, we had a real good time, whatever, right? So Brittany had a dude she went to high school with. Now, me and old buddy cool. I ain't gonna say his name, but we was cool, whatever, right? So I'm dancing with her, whatever. People run their mouth and whatever. So we dance. I'm dancing with multiple women there, right? But me and her, like, I guess it was a little bit too close, whatever. She was having a good time. So he wasn't even there. Matter of fact, he wasn't there. So somebody had to run. And I'm pretty sure I know who. Either females ran their mouth or I know who run their mouth. So we danced, whatever. She cool, and she kind of like super duper friendly. Now I'm under the impression that they cool, but they not together. I guess they had broke up. I don't know. We kick it, we danced, whatever. Had a good time. So, we go back to our dorms, ain't nothing happened. So he must have been under pressure. Something had happened, whatever, right? So the next morning, like I want to say, matter of fact, that was Saturday. So Sunday go by, ain't nothing happened. We chill, ain't no classes, and then just studying, and then just having a good time. And I want to say this was the second semester. And real talk, I didn't even want to go back the second semester. My parents made me go back. I wanted to stay at the crib and go to community college and then, you know, go where I was supposed to go. I didn't want to go back, but my parents made me go back. So I owe some money. They wrote the check. They wrote the check for me to go back, and I was hoping they ain't get right the check, because I didn't want to go back. So they sent me back, whatever. So this basically happened like January, February of that year. So it was like crossover, stepping content. It was something. So Monday come around, right? So we all eating lunch at the same table. Now, historically, I eat lunch with my homies, whatever, but our schedules is different, right? So it was my homie Didi, my homie Kendall. They probably gonna see this. They would never forget it, right? Or and I had a couple people on Hungry. I was a very resourceful person. So, you know, if you need to get somewhere, I had a homie Anthony, he's from Chicago. He probably see this shit too. I might share it. And he need to get the back and forth to work because he was funding himself at school. So, I was just somebody that networked and knew a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good talker. I'm a good, cool person. So, so I got so many story times with this shit though. But yeah, so we sit at the table, whatever. So whatever reason, we sit at the table together that day, right? So it's the old buddy, old girl, old buddy. And I can't remember who all was there. Can't remember. But I remember when I was walking out there, who all was there. So we at the table, whatever, right? So he had like an attitude, but I ain't really paying attention because we had a table with women. We had a table with some females, some dudes. You know, I'm like, nigga, probably having a bad day. So, he might have said something slick to me. I don't remember, but I'm getting up. I'm like, oh, I'm late for class. So my plate kind of hit his Sprite, and the Sprite fell on his Coogi. Like his Coogi, see, he had like a little Coogi polo. So he said he spilled Sprite on my Coogi, woo, 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 woo. So he got disrespectful. So he got up like he wanted to do, like he about to do something. So I'm like, I don't look for a fight usually, but I ain't running for one. So I said, dog, well, what's your problem? I don't know. Next thing you know, because he had to, in my mind, he had to reach for me, but I had to be in, I had to go into offensive mode. Dog, when I tell you, and the only reason I ain't go from 0 to 1 billion or to 100 in my Drake voice, the only reason I didn't go to 0 from 100 was because we was cool. But when I say I dog walk this nigga, dog, when I say I dog walk this nigga around the cafeteria, man, I dog walk this nigga. And it was like an outer body. It's just, and I ain't win all my fights. I tell you about one I lost. I do story time on that too, right? But it was just instinctual, bro. Dog, I popped that nigga, pop, dragged this. And he was short. I don't know. It's always about the short people. I don't know what it is. But I was like an outer body experience. I'm bow, and I ain't loading up on him neither. I'm just letting him bow. I'm grabbing the nigga's shirt, bow. And he sliding and slipping this shit because the food that fell on the floor. And I'm beating the whole cafeteria up. But when you in the moment, you ain't paying attention to everybody. So I'm just, I'm pretty much defending myself. Right? That's how I feel. Like he really got in my face. Like he disrespected me. So it wasn't the point that it was females or it was dude. Like it's the point that I'm a man. And you mad over something that didn't happen. Instead of pulling me together, we young like a man. Like, hey man, you do something with Brittany. We'll do. And I was like, no, we was just dancing and shit, cool. Like we ain't do nothing, whatever. I would have told him straight like that, bro. But he felt a certain way and beat his ass. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna miss no words. Nigga, God my witness. I really could have did him worse. So long story short, I see people come. I see like the campus police coming. So my boy Wayne from the 4-6, he from Tuskegee. You might see this shit too. My nigga Wayne, he said, come on, slide out the side door. So I'm about to slide out the side door because I know my plan is I'm going to slide out the side door, my roommate wasn't my roommate no more. He left. They put me with some weird ass ninja. But I was going to have somebody slide and get my shit. And I was going to slide to my homie apartment. That was my play. I already had it thought out of my head and I was going to fly back home because, my dad worked for Delta, so I can just book me a flight on the buddy pass and be back at the crib, and that motherfucker won't even know. Unless he really check, he wasn't gonna check, like he wouldn't even have known. So I can just got my shit, got on a plane, whatever, right? Cause I had a homie from the east side or whatever that went to school there. He got a girl pregnant. He had a going away party and dip. Hilarious, dog. He's like, yeah, I got a bitch pregnant, I'm party tonight. Nigga, come to the party, come to the club, whatever. It was called the Rose. And then I'm gone. I'm like, damn, nigga, it's like that. But so I'm sliding out the side door. I really could have went. Then they're like, no, you gotta stop. You gotta get in. The police had came, campus police. So I was like, man, ain't shit about to happen. They probably gonna just question about what happened, whatever, right? So they cuff me, whatever, right? The campus police cuff me. I swear to God, they cuff your boy, right? Let me check my time. They cuff me, right? So they cuff me, whatever, right? So I'm walking out the cafeteria, right? So apparently a lot of people don't like this dude, right? Or some people didn't like. I said a lot of people. So I had a couple other people I told you I hung with. They was eating us. He was like, my nigga AJ, he from Racine, Wisconsin. He said, good, you fucked that hoe ass nigga up. So they all like, yeah, nigga, fuck that nigga, whatever, right? So they took me and put me in like the campus patrol car and shit, right? So they took me. So I'm like, man, you know, whatever, you know. So they took me like it's like where this building, like where the football team trained at, in the training facility at the practice squad, and then under it, they took me under the building, whatever. Okay, so as I'm walking out, old buddy getting in the ambulance. So he didn't got split open. He leaking. Remember, I'm defending myself. It's an outer body, like I'm instinctual. I'm in Detroit mode. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm at the hood. Like it's instinctual, bro. Like when he swung, whatever he did, from there it was just like I had to defend myself. That's what it was, to be honest. Like if he was somebody I didn't like, then it would have been worse than what it was. So they put the ninja in the ambulance and shit. So they take me up under the building, whatever. They question me. They like, we about to take you to jail. You want to call somebody? So I called my homie. So I ain't call my parents. I ain't time for that shit. So I called my homie, whatever. I called my nigga Didi and shit. I said, here, man, I gave him some bread, bill, buy me out, whatever, right? So we get to the jail or whatever. They get to the prison, whatever, city prison, whatever. They put me in there or whatever. So we get in that bitch, man. They all telling me, man, you got to do better than this, man. They telling me all their experience at spring break. And we chopping it up, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We chopping it up. And they was like, oh, man, you can't be doing that. You here for education and woo, 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 woo. So we in there, man. We chopping it up. I had no problems. Went to sleep. Woke up. It was time to go to court. They threw the shit out. But a reason I couldn't bond out was because I wasn't from there. He was able to bond out because he was a resident of Alabama. I wasn't. So once he got the ambulance, they took him too. And they kept us separated. So I'm like, you know, so I had, like, he got to be in the holding cell. I had to go to general population. But it was what it was. You know, it was some cool dudes in there. And one of the dudes I was in there with, so we all in the room about to go to court or whatever. So the lawyer tell you, woo, 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 woo. And he was like, man, you know, this ain't shit. He told me, you going about to go to the crib. Don't worry about it. They throwing this out. It's nothing, right? So he said, all right. So I believed him, right? And that's what happened. But then there was another dude that was in there. So we end up chopping it up because we going home. Some people ain't go home. So they let old buddy out before he was supposed to get out. So I think he was supposed to sit in there another day or week or something. Like, they let him out, whatever. So we both got out at the same time. We exchanged information. He was cool, whatever. I think I ended up meeting him at the club the next day. You know, the same night or the next night. So they let us out or whatever. So just the kicker part about it. So, you know, basically I had to walk all the way back from the city jail to the campus. It was, I don't know, it was a minute. It was a little walk. So I get back on campus, man. Yo, boy, that nigga on campus. I'm that ninja. I'm that guy on campus. I mean, my popularity went from like here to here. Like more, like I had a rotation of women I talked to. Like we was cool, you know. And like I had, you know, whatever. I didn't, you know, like some little, you know, small buzz, but bruh, when that happened, like, choop, 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 like, popularity shot up there, bro. Like, for real, like, my popularity shot up there. Like, I was that, you know, I was that ninja. And this girl was gonna buy me out, but I told her, nah, like, she was cool, like, it wasn't nothing she would do anything for. I was like, nah, don't worry about it. You know, I figured it out. And I got out or whatever, and my boy gave my bread back, whatever. Got something to eat, but nigga, like, dog, like, my popularity went out the roof. Out the roof. Like, everybody wanted to speak. Everybody wanted to be connected. Motherfuckers that never spoke to me wanted to speak to me. Like, for real. Like, oh, you really from Detroit? Woo, woo, woo. It went through the roof. I swear to God. Like, dude, like, I was, like, low-key, you know, I was cool, whatever. But, nigga, that shit went poof through the roof. Through the roof. Now, before that, I had 2 chicks. Now, I'll just tell you how it was. I had 2 chicks. And, you know, I had 2 chicks that they dormed together. They was together. You know, I'm pretty sure. I know they did things together. We did things together. So I was cool. I was cool. I had 2 chicks. You know what I'm saying? And we was cool. It wasn't like we always it was polygamy. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but it wasn't no official polygamy relationship. We was cool. Like we was like a little triangle thing. They was cool with it too. But then again, I'll tell you why I mess with girls from Jersey. Dog. College story time gonna be hilarious, bro. But yeah, I had a little thing. So I was straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I had a chick from for some reason, a lot of chicks that I talked to was from Ohio. One was from Cleveland, one was from Akron, one from... That's where that girl Bethany from. She was from Cincinnati. All right? So, yeah, we was... man. But long story short, like, nigga, I way more popular, dog. Like, dude, for sure. Amongst the women, whatever it was. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And, but, you know, then we had to go to these hearings, what happened. But, you know, matter of fact, let me rewind real quick, right? Or, matter of fact, before we go that part, we have to rewind. So I get back to campus, whatever. So first thing I do, get back to campus, old buddy, like, he must have knew I was coming. When I came back, I want to say, I probably got something to eat. So when I come out the food page, this is called the front page, I forget what it's called, the food spot. So I'm going back into the campus. So somebody must have told old buddy that I was back on campus because he bonded out because he was a resident the same day. Somebody told old buddy I'm back on campus. So he met me as I'm coming in our dorm hall, was called Benson. He apologized. He said, man, my bad. I was tripping. Woo, woo, woo. So my homeboys must have told him what had actually happened. Right? And I accepted this apology. I was like, I ain't even tripping about that shit. We got to beat this hearing, though. You know what I'm saying? We got this hearing coming up. So we squashed it like, literally, we squashed it like men, whatever, right? Because we was cool before then. So maybe he felt some way like, well, how would you do this to her? And it wasn't even nothing like that, right? We was just dance. She liked the way I dance. You know what I'm saying? She liked it. We had, you know, usually you get to dance with a girl's song. Like, I ain't gonna lie, we danced all night. When I got done dancing with Bethany for a minute, you know, she slid. I'm gonna tell you about her. And there's no shade towards her neither. She was cool as hell. Like, she didn't owe me no commitment, no nothing. We was just friends. But tell y'all about another story. So we squashed it, whatever. So we had these hearings we had to go to, and you know, they weren't trying to hear none of the shit we was saying, dog. So long story short, I think I got banned for a semester or 2. I want to say it was 1 or 2. I didn't even care. I didn't want to come back. He got banned for 1 or 2, but he ended up transferring. He transferred somewhere in Carolina, whatever, right? So we got to finish the school year or whatever situation was. They weren't trying to be lenient. They weren't trying to hear nobody's side of the story, even though he was saying it was his fault. Like I said before, no matter, you know, that's what I learned. No matter, you know, what your color is, the HBCUs don't treat you no better. You still an individual. You still a number. You still a ninja. They don't treat you no different. I didn't have any responsibility in the fight, bro. I literally was defending myself. So, yeah, you know, it was what it was, man. I just figured out through the whole process and all the process of it, dude. If I had to do it again, I'd have easily went to a PWI school. I'd have easily went to Michigan State and I'd deal with it. I had some homeboys that went to Eastern that wanted me to go to Eastern Michigan with them. They got in a whole bunch of worse trouble than I did. You know, and like I said, I literally don't feel like I did nothing wrong. And he admitted to that he was the one that's tripping, but I guess they had to set a precedent, whatever the situation may be, and it was what it was. I had to eat it. You know, I was there to get education. I was minding my business, about to go to class. It was an honest mistake. I bumped some Sprite. You know, it was what it was. But yeah, man, that's what it was, man. A little story time for y'all, man. Hope y'all enjoyed it, bro. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Peace.